Happy Ghana month to you. I am trying to be so Ghanaian. Beloved, it's another episode of Confessions brought to you by MTN everywhere you go. Tonight, this young lady says that she has a twin and they are sort of in love with each other. Like how? I don't know if I didn't read well or I didn't hear well. Let us go into the confessions booth, listen to their confession, their story, and come back and make it a conversation. I hope you've been Ghanaian all month through. Confessions is brought to you by MTN everywhere you go. I am seated with a young lady who says that she is a twin. She came alone to talk about their challenge because her twin sister didn't want her to tell anybody, but she dared to reach out to us. Tonight, I will take her confession, her story. My lady, you're welcome to Confessions.
Thank you, Miss Nancy.
Here, we listen, we do not judge. So please go ahead and tell us your story, your confession.
Miss Nancy, I have a problem that has been bothering me for some time now, and I want to share it with you.
Please go ahead.
I come from a family of 5. I'm 21-year-old, twin.
Okay.
I have a twin sister.
Okay, identical?
Yes, please.
Oh, wow. Nice.
We have been bonding together. We do almost everything together. But we have been intimate for some time now.
What do you mean by intimate?
We've been sexually intimate.
With your twin sister?
Yes.
With other, you have a boyfriend and she has a boyfriend, or both of you?
With my twin sister.
Okay.
It started as a fun, but we ended up doing it every day.
Wow. Wow. Yes, I'm
So
listening.
one day, whilst we were being intimate together, a friend who is a guy walked into us and then joined us. So we had a threesome.
You both were together, your friend came in, he joined, and you had a threesome.
Yes, Miss Nancy.
Is the man your boyfriend or something?
He's a friend.
Just a friend?
Yes, Miss Nancy.
Okay. So just friends had threesome. Good.
So after the tourism, a month later, we got to know that we were pregnant. With
Both of you?
Yes. We've never had sex with any guy.
It's your first time?
First time.
Your virginities were broken?
Yes.
With this guy?
Yes.
And you are both pregnant for him?
Yes. Abortion is the last option for us since our dad wanted our mom to abort us. She kept us, so we don't want to abort the child. But we don't know how to reveal this to our parents. And it has been bothering us for a very long time.
This is her confession, this is her story. Twins, they've been enjoying each other in their privacy. They do not have a boyfriend, they were both virgins. A young man joins them. They did the do, and now they are both pregnant for the young man. They do not know how to break it to their mother. Oh, I've been calling for confessions, and tonight I've had a confession. Let's go to the studio and have the conversation. That was quite a confession, and I know there are a lot of times you meet people outside and they say, Miss Nancy, are you sure those stories are true? And then there are the other times where you meet sons of Adam and they say, Miss Nancy, o confessions need Ghana bedaning. When I hear stories like people do not believe such confessions, it gives me hope that there are still virtuous, good people around, and that is satisfying enough. But tonight, the confession is actually a confession, and we need to make a conversation out of it. Hey guys, how are you doing? Well, we don't know whether to be happy or not, or it's a girl story, so I'd rather a female had the first comment. My lady, how are you?
I'm fine, Miss Nancy.
What's the name?
Akosia.
Akosia. It's good to have you on Confessions for the first time.
Thanks for having me.
Akosia, your comment.
Well, when I was listening to the confession, I was shocked, literally. But they've already done it. They were sort of exploring, and then this has happened. But I think their evil has caught up with them. Because if one, maybe even if they had not gotten pregnant, they wouldn't be in this dilemma as we are sitting here. One, they committed an incest by getting intimate, like two females, twins getting intimate.
Two women, family members,
Sure.
twins for that matter.
You know, that is so abominable. You can't just imagine. But then they've done it already. And as the adage goes, it's only a fool, sorry to say, who doesn't change his or her mind. It can't be undone. They've already done it, but the way forward. Right now, the most serious thing is that they are both pregnant. And as they are saying,
and
they
for
can't.
the same man.
Definitely. Like how? And now they can't do away with the baby, as they are saying. So I don't know how their mother is also going to receive this news, because it's a very devastating one, and it's going to live with them for the rest of their lives. But then there should be a way forward. So personally, I think they should seek the guidance of an elderly person, someone of high caliber, maybe a pastor or counselor, or anyone of a high profile in the society, to break this news to the mother. I know the mother is not going to take it easy, but then she should know, because there is a tough journey ahead of them.
Well,
So the mother should know.
so she would not take it easy, but they are her daughters after all.
Definitely.
And mothers always know who they raised.
Definitely.
They usually know.
All right.
Yes, my dear.
Miss Nancy, you know, I see this is not an ordinary, confession, because it doesn't make sense, actually. Twins doing, this kind of things, like if it's not spiritual, maybe psychological.
You want to bring spiritual and
No,
psychological in.
if it's not spiritual, something is not.
So-
if they are not possessed,
So
something is
at
happening.
what point do we say that these are just morally corrupt individuals? Why are we always blaming
But Miss
spiritual
Nancy,
and mental
okay,
health?
that is why I am bringing this. Then maybe psychologically there's something wrong that they needs to be checked. And Miss Nancy, when it comes to twins, if one is possessed or there's a problem with one and care is not taken, it automatically affects the other. So all this, they need to be checked.
So for you, it's either a spiritual issue or a mental health issue.
Yes, because in a rational, in the normal circumstances, this shouldn't happen.
I like such thoughts. We want to blame it on something. We just do not want to accept that people are just bad. My lady, did you have a comment or a contribution? Or it's a good time for me to bring my resource persons in. Since the gentleman said that it could be a mental health issue, it's only right that we have a fine psychologist as a resource person tonight on the show. My lady, Ophelia Boma Azuri. Ophelia is very resourceful. We've had great times with her right here. Please make her feel comfortable, make her feel welcome.
Plenty enemies don't talk. Silence, money don't shout. Very soon you go pop champagne and
Please. Hi, my lady. Please have a seat. Thank you. I think, all right, that's beautiful. And with her, again, you suggested that we are doing psychology or spirituality. Now, to do the spiritual work for us in-house is our dear Pastor George. Ladies and gentlemen, Pastor George. Hello. Indeed. Thank you so much, Pastor George.
Thank you.
It's always great having you.
Thank
And
you.
my lady Ophelia, you're welcome.
Thank you, Miss Nancy.
Anytime you come on Confessions, you do awesome.
Thank
The
you.
feedback for our 2 episodes has been amazing, and I'm glad to have you. And Pastor George, the energy is always top notch, and fine gentleman. We love having you in-house.
Please clap for me, please.
Pastor George loves his fans, yeah. Is there any possibility in the minds of people? Have you read about anything, researched on? You are the minds expert. That 2 human beings who are related by blood can actually desire each other sexually.
Yes, I have. And shockingly, there's a theorist called the Freudian psychosexual developmental theory. And he actually categorized the sexual stages of childhood. And he propounded that every child has a sexuality called the libido.
Yes.
And so children themselves can express different forms of sexual behaviors. So that is why sometimes you can see your child performing some sexual act and you are doubting whether they are aware of what they are doing or not. And because of curiosity, a lot of young people would normally play the mommy and daddy game. So it doesn't matter whether they are siblings or they are relatives or they are friends. Because God has created us with that sexuality in us, we try to express it in different forms. But because of society, we try to what?
Curb.
Yes, to hide it. And so no matter how you try to hide it, it normally finds ways of expressing itself. And so for twins, very identical, have the same intuition. It's normal, not normal, but it is possible that they have exchanged this kind of sexual activity. And this could be termed from the parental influence or the environment where they find themselves. There's also another theory called the social learning theory, where children learn from their environment. Maybe if there were no parental control and guidance, they might have learned it from one or two people in the environment or in the community. And so because they are both girls, they would try to exchange this.
The things that we allow our children to see, and most of the time as parents, we are away from home.
Yes.
So we do not know what our housekeepers are doing,
Yes.
how our domestic, helps are behaving.
Yes.
Neighbors. Sometimes these children wander aimlessly into neighbors' houses and rooms, and they see all manner of things that are inappropriate.
And social media, right? Because these days parents want to engage their kids. They try to just leave them up to social media.
Leave them with a tablet.
Yes.
They
and
can go anywhere.
Exactly, without the guidance in blocking certain sites. And you know, curiosity is an aggravated emotion.
Yeah.
If you see something, you'd want to try it.
Yes.
And it may be a risk, but the experience is worth it. And so because the human body loves pleasure, whatever we do that is pleasurable, we continue doing it.
To do
It's
it.
only pain that makes us stop certain behaviors.
Thank you, my lady.
Thank you.
Asafo, my studio audience said that in this case, it's either psychological or spiritual. Is there a possibility that in your capacity as a pastor, you would want to admit that there could be a spiritual reason for your actions?
Good evening, Ghanaians. Thank you, Ms. Nancy, for the question. This is a spiritual matter.
It is.
Spiritually speaking, they need deliverance. They lack the Spirit of God in them. Everything one does, there's a spirit that propels it. John chapter 6, verse 6 to 3, it says, the Spirit quickeneth.
Yes.
Everything we are doing in this life, there's a spirit behind it. A Dramanism is a spirit.
A Dramanism.
Humanizing is a spirit.
Manizing
Manizing, humanizing, oh, there's a spirit.
behind it.
Stealing is a spirit. Whatever someone is doing in this life, there's a spirit behind it.
Does it mean we don't take responsibility for our actions and we are almost always blaming it on mental health or spiritual issues? So we are away from taking responsibility for our own actions.
That's why you need to go to church. That's why you need to read your Bible. Pay attention to what God is saying. Now, these two sisters in question that have gone to sleep with a particular guy, they know him very well.
They have been sleeping with themselves first.
First, so the thing is pleasurable. They like it. They like what they are doing because there's a spirit behind it. Unless you cast that spirit out, they will still continue. Now they are pregnant. After the delivery, they will do another one. Because the spirit is still there. Unless you cast the spirit out, They need to come to my church for deliverance.
Where is the church now?
Ablekuma. So if you need me, DM me or see me in private, so I will talk about it. This thing needs deliverance. It calls for serious deliverance. Because one, you have brought shame to the family. It's shameful. So now, if your family, somebody want to refer to your family, they'll say, oh, that family had twins give birth to one person. They will tag you. They will tag you with it.
And
the society will tag you with it.
Let me be. I've seen videos of twins.
Yes.
And even in Ghana, I chanced upon some triplets
Oh, okay.
who are trying to look same, behave same. It's a new trend that when you ask them a question, they want to talk at the same time and say the same thing at the same time. My dear, where is that one coming from? And is all of these not affecting? Because if you're a man and you see the same face,
Yes.
same expressions,
Yes.
same everything, if you find this attractive, you may find the other attractive as well.
Yes. So to publicly disclose this, myself, I'm a twin sister.
Identical?
Very.
Oh my God, so your twin could come on the show and I would not know it's her.
Yes.
Are you
Yes.
serious?
Yes. So when Benedicta sent me the story, I'm like, are you aware I'm a twin? She said no.
We don't.
And I'm like, okay, then this is destined to be.
yes.
Yeah,
I think that my producers would have to slash your twin sister's picture on it. We would love to see that.
Sure.
So it makes the conversation even more practical.
Yes,
Did you
yes.
ever find a man that was interested in your sister and you at the same time?
Yes, but with the unknowing that,
You were twins.
yes, and then the differentiation, couldn't tell who was who because of how we look alike.
Is it that bad or
Yes.
that good?
So she's married, and sometimes the husband would say, I'm 2 in 1.
Oh, yes.
Because I look so much like her.
Eh.
Yes. However, your question back to the identity, personal identity.
Yes.
As twins, especially identical twins, because it's one cell that really broke you, it's more of you having the same behaviors. It is not conscious, it's unconscious, sometimes involuntary.
Okay.
Even our voice sound the same, right? The way we smile, our dimples, and a whole lot. So sometimes it's very difficult for twins to take a personality. But I believe what my mom taught us was best. She always said, you were different. And so whatever...
Your mom said that to you
Yes.
when you were growing up.
Yes, and she always told us our differences. She said, this is your temperament, this is your sister's temperament. This is how you complement each other. You see, and so if you are not different, there are some situations you can't conquer,
Yes.
right? So you have to appreciate your own mind. She also has to
Even though you physically look
Yes,
the same, appreciate that you have your own mind and your
Yes.
sister also has her own mind.
Exactly. So we are out here. She's having a different profession. I'm also in a different profession. She's been married 3-4 years. I'm not still married. But the key thing here
I'm
is...
sure that since you've been
Yeah.
on Confessions, the proposals are coming there.
Did I say that?
Oh, yeah. Very soon we'll have the wedding too, if you
Okay.
want. If
All
you
right.
don't, let's enjoy our singlehood. It's also a
Sure.
good place to be.
All right, thank you.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
so at the end of the day, the personalities is very, very important. And if you don't have a parent who is aware of what she has, because not that I'm bragging about my mom, but she believed.
My dear, brag about your mom. Brag
All right.
about her.
Okay, but she believed we carried different personalities to amend one another.
Yes.
And so even our intelligence are different.
Yes.
Right? Our likeness, our favorite food and everything. And she always dressed us the same because for twins, it could be difficult to buy them different items.
Yes.
Because when you are growing up, you want to look the same. And people always love twins.
Yes.
And so they admire the similarities.
identity,
Yeah, the
yes.
identity. But as we are grown, we started noticing that we love to dress differently and we engage that. Yes. And the thing she wanted was different from what I also wanted. And we all accepted it together. And there's love, there's unity. Even the time she decided to marry, I supported her. I encouraged her because her path is different from mine.
And because your mother instilled that within
Instilled
you.
that within us. Thank you.
Talking about this, let us bring it home. Parents wanting daughter Ajua to behave like Amma.
Yes, yes.
My big sister is the one I come after, less than 2 years difference, and she is very calm, very, very, very calm, and very, very collected, very introverted.
Yeah.
I am not so calm. I'm quite extroverted. I have my opinions. I
Yes,
will
yes,
share
yes.
it. And
Strong opinions.
well, my dad wished that I was calmer like my sister. Her career did not bring her here. But what I do, for what I do now, I'm right to be extroverted. I'm right to be warm. I'm right to be affable. Every characteristic that I exhibited in my youth has come to play,
Wow.
helping my career as of this time. There are parents that want their children to be same. Osofo, what do you say to them?
One, as a parent out there, Bible says, train up a child in the way he should go. And when he's old, he will not depart from it. So some parents lack knowledge, scriptural knowledge, spiritual knowledge. They lack it. So anything that children does, they allow it. Okay? So that by anything they see is okay by them. So now their children end up copying outsiders. Okay? Trying to be like someone else. So by trying to be like someone else, you see that your destiny and that person is not the same.
It's not the same.
So at the end of the day, you have discovered you have wasted time copying somebody or trying to be like someone. So that is the problem of today. People want to be like someone, but you and the person don't have the same
Part of
vision,
life.
part of life,
Or purpose.
purpose. So now, if you are born on this earth, discover your purpose. Every child, everybody has a purpose on this earth. Why
So
God
as a
created you.
parent, you should notice what your child could be and help them
Yes,
on that path.
that's it. Train them up on that path. So by the time they are grown, they'll follow it, and they will not depart. They will not follow anybody. They wouldn't wish to be like someone else. So today, people don't believe in training up a child. That the time a child will grow, he or she want to be a man or a woman of herself. That is why we are suffering today. All right? So now these twins per se, maybe they have seen someone dating somebody. They want to test love. They want to be in love. Now they are falling in love. At the same time, they are pregnant. No, at the same time, maybe they will give birth the same day. They will do naming ceremony the same day.
For the
Maybe the
same
man, maybe the man will marry them the same day. Everything will happen on the same day.
Is there any culture in Africa that allows for one man to marry identical twins?
Yes.
Yes.
There
In my
is a
place-
culture?
Yeah, there's a culture like that. Some people, some cultures, some families allow it.
That is in Nigeria?
In Nigeria, you
Okay.
can marry twins. So some of the twins would like you to marry them. If you
Oh,
propose
okay.
to one, like as she said, she's a twin, maybe I want to propose to her. And the other one will say, even me too. I'm part of it. Take me for free.
If you
As
are
in to swap.
proposing to my sister, I'm coming with my sister.
Yes.
Yes. So it's like that. So at times, family agree.
Yes.
There's agreement on that. So
Oh,
it's-
so
it's-
there is actually a solution for these ones.
Yes.
That if one man impregnated them, one man could have both of them
marry
as...
Yes, but they should know that this is a sin. First, they should acknowledge it to be a sin. First, ask God for forgiveness. Then go for deliverance. Then come for the wedding. That's it.
Okay, Miss Nancy,
Yes,
I'd
my
like
lady.
to answer the parent normally
Trying to get-
projecting.
yes.
Normally, some parents are living in traumatic experiences.
Okay.
Okay, for example, there's a child I saw whose father was bent on him becoming an accountant because he and his brothers are all what? Accountants,
Accountants.
and they wanted that
In the
legacy
family.
in the family. However, others too, because they couldn't get the opportunity to become what they wanted to become, the idea of having that particular profession in the family is still an unmet need. And so some parents will project their needs into their children, forcing them to become something totally opposite their personality. Yeah.
That's a good one. So as parents, we should learn. What's the advice for the parents here?
Okay, so for parents, you should learn that your children take up over 400 different DNAs from you, the ancestors and the ancestors before.
400
Yeah, different types of DNAs.
DNAs made me.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yes. And so your expectation, you may be disappointed because that's
it may
why.
be beyond you.
Yes, yes. So you just have to give them the safe space and nurture them to grow. You have to teach them how to conquer the world rather than to argue their way out with you, because a time will come you will pass on, but your child will be left alone to face the world. So you have to provide them with the instincts, with the skills and tools, like animals normally teach their children to pray. The lion will teach its cub how to pray, so that just in case in the animal kingdom is the survival of the fittest.
Of course.
If something happens and the cub goes astray, then it can live on its own. So we need to train our children how to live without us. Let them have liberal expansion of knowledge to adapt the world, to be flexible, and to learn and have empathy on others. Thank you.
On Confessions, you just learned that even though you are mommy and you are daddy, the DNA of your child goes beyond you.
Yes.
400 ancestors came together to make me. Yasewa and Kwame Edu. It's not just you. Allow me to be. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll be right back. Don't go away. You are welcome back. This is Confessions on TV3. I am Miss Nancy, and tonight Pastor George is with me and our dear Ophelia. And just so you know, Ophelia is a twin, and Ophelia is single. There is nothing in between single and married. You are either married or single. So whoever it is that you were waiting for, get on and do the needful so that we can actually say that she is yours. And tonight is a confession about twins who have been exploring their sexuality together.
Yes.
This, we've had confessions of a boy and a girl, big brother and little sister, being intimate over the years. And at the time when the brother was going to get married, little sister says, no, mimpini, I'm in love with my brother. How do you help your children bond as a family, knitted together, and yet not find each other sexually attractive?
So first of all, you need to teach your children clear boundaries. As young as they are, what privacy means. And you need to teach them the various parts of the body and the meaning of those parts. If it is possible, you can take them through therapy. For example, I, as a clinical psychologist, I teach young people how to understand their body, how to express themselves, because self-expression is the foundation of self-esteem. And so if these children are able to express themselves, understand each other, with no envy. Sometimes your brother or your sister can envy you to the extent that they would want to hurt you in a way. And by hurting you, they could rape you.
Okay. So that could happen from a form of bitterness or pain or resentment.
Yes, yes.
So it's not always that they sleep together because they love each other.
No, no, no. It could be from a rivalry, like parents segregating love and attention. You treat the females more nicer and gentle than the men. Right? And sometimes too, in some family dynamics, if there's so much chaos, father and mother fighting, the children can turn to themselves for love and affection.
And comfort.
Yes.
Jeez.
Yes. So when they do that, they go very extreme, and their bond become very intense. Because we know as adults, love making is comforting. It's the way God created love making. It's more of being vulnerable to the other person. And so when children already with the bond of being siblings, when they have sex, it becomes dangerous.
Yes.
And when that happens, then it means that there will be, like I said, rivalry again, because sister won't allow brother to get married or have a boyfriend. Brother will not also allow sister to bring in boyfriend to be introduced to the family. And it is like a background kind of a struggle between them. So parents, I would say, if you have issues between you and your husband, go settle it up.
Spare the children.
Spare the children.
The drama,
Yes.
the chaos, the fight, because you can drive your son into the arms of his sister.
Yes.
Can you imagine?
Yes, it's that bad. And so that's why, well, marriage is important, but then the person or whom you marry is
even more important.
Yes.
Also,
Yeah. When you see a brother and a sister having sex, one is demonic. 2, it might be that they are not from the same father.
that's a point.
Maybe the girl,
People?
have gone to adopt somebody, and you bring him in, and your daughter is there. You're going to adopt a boy. Definitely, they will end up loving each other.
Because they are not related by blood.
Because blood is thicker than water. they
Yes.
say. Yes. So if they are red blood, they can't do that.
And they are not spiritually influenced, like you said.
So now, if you see such thing in action, know that demon is at work. They need deliverance.
And as you said, now I'm thinking, if you see your son and your daughter sleeping together, Oga,
It
go
means,
do DNA.
do
One
DNA.
of them may not be related to the
you.
other.
That's right.
Hey!
That's right. It might be that something happened. Maybe your wife passed, you understand?
It could be anything.
They
Children were changed
they changed
in
the
the
baby at the hospital. That's right. That's right. So now only a woman knows her rape child. Maybe,
Yes.
maybe the day you give birth, they will ask you to give something on your hand for identification.
Yes.
And you are afraid to do it. They will carry another person's child and give to you.
And give to you.
And you take the child home. The child will start disobeying you, start stealing, start doing some corner things. And you say, this is not my blood. This is not, I wasn't behaving like this. This child is not, this child, something is wrong with this child.
This child.
It means the child is not your blood.
And you've checked if it's not coming from your 400 ancestors
As you
DNA.
said. Maybe it's coming from there. But this one, if it is blood related, it will not be difficult. It will be difficult to see a brother and a sister falling in love. It's not.
Thank
It's
you.
not. It's not easy. They can't fall in love.
Okay, so guys, I would ask all of you this, and then I'll bring it to our resource persons. At what point do you realize that the relationship between this boy and his sister, this my friend and the brother, is a bit unusual socially? We have friends, we have acquaintances, and you meet people. Alafia, you're also a parent. Thank God for you. At what point do you realize that no, I was waiting in your waiting because something is not looking good? Or we don't get to think it because we always think positively.
Miss Nancy, thank you. This is a difficult one.
Very.
I want to concentrate on the twins, and then I'll come to real family.
Okay.
These two girls, they have a serious problem. You see, it didn't start from the home. It could be it started from a school. The parents that our daughters go to boarding houses, when they get back home, do we communicate with them? Do we check them frequently? Now, everyone is building a house. So like you come to my house, all my daughters, my 3 daughters, everyone has their room.
Their own room.
And if you monitor them, you can see that, okay, this one usually come out from her room at this particular time in the morning. This particular one doesn't come out at all. She wants to stay indoors
bed.
all the time. Do you check on her? There is another one that will come out, fish out few things from the fridge or the refrigerator, prepare something, and quickly go back. The time that you ask them to come to dining table, which of them comes first, and is it regular?
Yes.
Do you look out for that pattern of changes in your children? And if you have a boy, a son, and daughters like mine, a son and 3 daughters, if you have them, how do they relate? When a daughter gets into a brother's room, how long does she stay? What is the kind of bonding do they have in that house? When you leave the house and you make a phone call, who picks the phone call first? And does the person always tell you, this Kwajo is here? Anytime a female, let's say my first daughter, picks a phone and says, Kwajo is here, or Kwesi is here. Anytime, if it continuously goes on, like 5 years, 10 years, continuously, as a parent, you should be concerned. Miss
This
Nancy.
is the twins edition, and I would want to take the opportunity, having a great psychologist who is also a twin, tell us the difference between you and your sister, even though you were identical.
Yes.
There are things that anyone should be able to notice that this is me and this is Ophelia. Are you both Ophelia? Or you're
Olivia and Ophelia.
Olivia and Ophelia? Oh, beautiful. Yeah. Okay. So what's the difference between you and Olivia?
So I smile more,
Okay.
and people always say she doesn't like making friends.
Okay. She was
Because
quite
she-
introverted.
Yes, but she's not.
Okay.
She's only open to people she trusts.
knows. Okay.
Yeah, but for me, from the get-go, I'm very smiley towards you. I make more friends than she does. Any friend we
Okay.
have is through me.
It's your friend. You bring the
Yes.
people,
I
and
bring
then
the
she keeps
people.
them, I'm sure.
Yes, yes. And the differences between us is also how we speak. Sometimes when I'm a bit angry or anxious, I stammer.
Okay.
She speaks very smoothly.
Okay.
Yes, because the stammer is from my dad. It's genetics.
Okay.
Yeah,
But she doesn't have that.
she doesn't have that. And lastly, we have our birthmarks.
Okay.
Yes, we have different
Do all
birthmarks.
twins have birthmarks?
I can't tell, but we do.
Okay.
Yes.
My little sister has got twin boys, identical,
okay.
so I would have to watch out
Yes,
for them.
yes.
In fact, I've never bothered, they're almost 2 years.
Yes.
I've never bothered to tell the difference. So I mentioned that whichever comes, Katechi, Berima, whichever
Yes.
comes, they come.
So our birthmark, mine is on the right, hers is on the left.
Ah, amazing God.
Yeah, it's unique.
Did you ever like one gentleman?
Lastly,
Yes,
she was a lefty.
and you were right.
Yes, but like I said, because of societal
they
expectations,
pushed her
they
to-
pushed her, yeah.
To do right
Yeah.
as well. So was there ever a time that you both found one man interesting or attractive?
Yes, for attractiveness we did, but we always had that boundary.
Okay.
We respect each other so much that if I first make a friend who is a guy, she can
It's your
only be a
friend.
friend. Yeah, she can only be a friend, so we don't cross boundaries.
You
There were
never played the
situations-
games of, let's see if you know the difference between you and I and all of those things that I hear the twins
Definitely,
prank.
we have.
Okay.
Yes, definitely we have. And sometimes, so when we were growing up, then we got to understand that we were very identical because
Yes.
when we take our pictures back, yeah, even we ourselves will be trying to figure out who was standing here, who was standing here.
Wow.
Yes. So, yeah, the guys, when they come and they want Ophelia, so, oh, I'm Olivia, let me go call Ophelia for you.
Okay.
Then, even though I'm Ophelia,
That's what you used to do,
Yeah.
just to prank them.
yes, yes. So I would go, if I don't want to talk to him, I'll go and come back because I'm sorry, Ophelia is not there. Maybe can you come back later?
So they used it positively.
Yes, positively,
Yes,
positively. And also, as he said, my father, a pastor, my mother, very, very staunch believers.
Yes.
So we're brought up in the way of the Lord. And so certain things, you can only acquire them if there's no grounding
Yes.
or a strong foundation in the
Foundation.
home. I would say this because as beautiful girls, everybody would want you.
Of course.
Even mothers who wanted twins would always invite you into their bosom to give you food, give you gifts. And so all of those things have spiritual connotations.
Indeed.
So you have to be prayerful to protect your children spiritually so that they don't learn so many
Or attract
behaviors or
some
attract some
so
negative
that
things.
the gifts
Yes.
also for,
Yes.
like she's saying, people see your daughter, oh, she's so pretty, come for a
Yes.
candy.
Yes.
She's so lovely, give her this,
Yes.
give her food. Managing the things that we expose our children to. As
Yes.
parents, what do we do?
First of all, you teach your children how to pray.
Teach them how to pray themselves.
Themselves.
So even when you are not,
Not
there.
There, yes.
Anytime somebody is giving them something, they should pray.
Prayer.
Not only praying, they should ask for discernment spirit.
Yes.
Know when the gift is coming from a good heart. Someone can give you something in exchange of something.
Yes.
Nothing goes for nothing. So you have to know this gift. What is it coming for? What is the reason behind this gift?
Gift.
Okay, so know it. Some ladies don't know. Oh, thank you, Kojo, thank you. You receive. Tomorrow, Kojo will bring another one. Thank you, Kojo. The next time you see yourself is on Kojo's bed.
Has been exchanged in
You
the
will see
hands of
yourself.
thank you.
Yeah.
You end up
That's
on
so
Kojo's
true.
bed. Pregnancy has come, like this one now. So who knows how many gifts this guy has given to the twins?
To have made them
How many
so
pizza?
happy.
How many pizza? How many shawarma? How many ice
Shawarma,
cream? How many
ice
money?
cream.
How many data they have sent? How many momo? How many times have sent momo? So these are the things we should be talking about. Women like gifts.
We do.
When you give a gift to a woman, consistently, her love and feeling will grow for you.
Love is an action, not a feeling. Ke.
It's a feeling.
Only. You
Yes.
need to act it. So if you are in love with me, you would have to express the
Yes,
love
By
through
gifts.
giftings.
Yes.
Of course.
I'll buy you shawarma every day.
No,
take
no
you out,
shawarma here.
and I will send you money
Yeah.
for chop money.
I'll give him the list. A truckload of what? 500 bucks, 1,000 bucks.
You have tried before? You have tried before? I'm suspecting you.
Dearly beloved, this is Confessions on TV3. I'll be right back. Okay. You are welcome back. This is Confessions on TV3 tonight. Two women, they are twins. They've been adoring each other secretly, and now they are pregnant for the same man. And we are talking everything about raising children, especially identical ones. And we've had Ophelia with us, and of course, Pastor George. It's been a great conversation. We're almost bringing it to a close, but you had a question, did you?
Thank you, Miss Nancy. Please, we've been talking about parents raising children, giving them proper training at home. There is this case where parents do train their children. They give them the necessary training they're supposed to. But when they go out there, they go to learn from their friends. They copy what their friends are doing. And then when they come back to the house, they act like angels. They come to act to their parents that, yes, the way you are raising us, that is how we are. But when they go out, they have different way they act. How do we go about that one too?
So I think that when you see that within children, it's a case of lack of openness and transparency in the home. So the parents really do not know their children. They haven't given them confidence enough to let the parents really know them. So they are hiding things from their parents because there is a little bit of lack of trust in there.
Yes,
Ophelia.
there is. And actually your observation is right, because a lot of times these family dynamics happen when the children, because children are smart, and they realize that if I'm going to express myself in this home, I would not be accepted, right? So they would rather just mask within the pretense of, we are going along with this and we are fine with that. And so in adolescent development, you realize that adolescents are more closer to their friends than to their parents. It's only when a parent brings or humble themselves to understand the adolescent will you develop a friendship with them. And then if you also give the adolescent responsibility, because sometimes some parents take all the roles in the family, they don't allow their children do anything. And so there's no sense of responsibility or sense of belonging to that family. But if you give them responsibilities to do so that they would feel that I'm part of this family, I belong here, that is why I'm in charge of this, then they would learn to open up. So, all right.
Very, very, very.
Yeah.
A good one. Other gentleman, you had something?
Yes, Miss Nancy. So my name is Moni.
Hi, Moni.
Morning.
Money like cash.
Yes, money like
Whenever
cash.
you come on
okay,
Confessions,
money.
bring some money.
I'll definitely
Very,
do
very
that.
important.
Yeah, sure.
Go ahead.
So with the issue of responsibility,
Yeah.
the twins at hand, you see, we are all grown. And at a particular point in time, you realize that you are much knowledgeable about certain things. So if you want to take some decisions, at least whatever you've been exposed to, should influence that decision. And back to the parent. You see, we grow from childhood or infancy, we grow. So at every stage, it's a transition. What changes do you observe with your children? And how do you engage them on that? So I think that these are two aspects that from the parent side, they should check. And from the twin side, yes, it has happened. But then next time, when they want to take some decisions, their knowledge of whatever they've been exposed to should also influence them.
That's a very good one. Thank you very much. We're wrapping up the show. I think I'll take you, Pastor George, before the ladies. Is that all right?
Yes, sure.
Please.
Anybody out there, before you get married, agree with your wife. When you raise children, train them up together. Every family, husband and wife, they should put hands together and raise a child. Raising up a child is not for the man alone, it's not for the woman alone, it's for the both of you. So Bible says, teach up a child in the way he will grow. When he's old, he will not go astray or depart from it. So now, everything stands for the Bible. What are you telling your children? What are they seeing you do? Okay? What are they watching on TV? What type of friends are they keeping? Are you aware of all these things as a parent? By the time you know all these things, it will help you to know what type of life they are living and for you to bring them back. Okay? Some of us, the parents, we are too busy. We are too busy with our work, chasing money, doing this, doing that, forgetting that we have children at home whom we should take proper care of, especially in the area of God, teaching them morals, good morals, raising them in the way of the Lord. This is paramount, because if you don't raise them like this, the society will suffer. Armed robbers today come from a bad family.
Certain home.
So these are because parents could not instill proper morals in them. So let's go for morals. Godly morals.
Good one. Good one. But before I let you go, under this circumstance, if the man comes to say that I want to marry the two girls together, even though it's not, I do not know of any in Ghanaian traditional setups, do you think you would encourage the parents to agree?
This depends on the parents of the two of the ladies. If the parents allow, let them go ahead.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much. My lady, we're wrapping up the show, and your last words and counsel to us.
So for a wrap-up, I would love to say that research has shown that teenage mothers, children also become teenage mothers. Yes, because of the trauma-induced upbringing. So in the story, the mother suffered with the decision-making of aborting a child or not. And the story doesn't tell the age of the twins or their family background, so you can't really put into perspective the whole story. However, if the trauma lingered in the family, it could also be as a reason why the twins have found themselves in this situation. And so I would like to admonish parents to, if there's a communication gap, definitely there's no comprehension. So you try to bring in a psychologist or a counselor to create that family counseling, which we call the family therapy, which involves the whole family.
You, the parents, and the children together.
Exactly.
So for you, you would recommend that even when I've not seen my child smoking or drinking excessively or in an addiction, I can still bring you in as a family counseling therapy something?
Yes, because the Yes, because the child is an entity, a personality of its own. So the child needs the environment that will support him to become himself, to know his purpose, understand his identity as a man. What are some of the changes I find in myself? If I have misunderstanding or confusion about my identity, who do I lean towards? Because some children will never share their secrets with their parents, but they can share with a third person. So you can bring in the counselor or the psychologist or even a family friend that they reverence so that they can have that smooth communication and understanding.
I am sure, because TV3 gets results, there is a family out there that may need your services or that of other people. Where are you found?
I'm found on all social media platforms as Ophelia Boma Azuri. So you can search on any social media platform.
Ophelia Boma Azuri.
Yes.
Email or something?
Email Azuri, azura.ophelia@gmail.com.
Perfect.
Yes.
Easy. You can find it anywhere. Also, for where is your church? Where do they come for their deliverance?
Ablekuma Juma.
What's the name of the church?
Oneness.
Oneness, Ablikuma. So call for your deliverance or your counseling sessions, such as you would need it. Dearly beloved, let us pay attention to ourselves and to the children we are raising, and make sure that even if we are bad, even if we are terrible, for the sake of Mother Ghana, let us raise responsible children who would be an asset to the families and to the nation, and not a liability. I am Miss Nancy, host of Confessions on TV3. Same time next week, we come to you with another edition. I love you. Bye-bye.